Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to make a shoe bag. This will require a 14-inch zipper. Mine is 22 inches, but I'm just going to cut it down. But a 14-inch zipper, bias tape, matching whatever fabric that you purchase, heat and bond. If you don't have heat and bond or you don't want to purchase, you can also use double-sided tape, although the heat and bond works better. You'll need fabric, and you need the strong fabric. It's the indoor-outdoor fabric. Normally comes in 60 inches rather than the 45 inches. It's indoor-outdoor fabric when you purchase it at Walmart. It's called duck fabric, I believe, when you purchase it from Hobby Lobby. I think Joann calls it both indoor-outdoor fabric or the duck fabric. But you want the strong, sturdy kind because your shoes are about 28 or 29 inches. I purchased 3/4 of a yard, and I'm able to get 3 bags out of 3/4 of a yard of the indoor-outdoor fabric because the width is so long. So 14 inches by about 29 or whatever the length of yours is. So it'll probably be close to 30. But the most important part is getting it 14 inches across. When you get it on the 14-inch side, go ahead and get started. I've already folded mine over. It was like this. I folded it over to the bad side. See, this is the good side. Fold it over on both of your 14 inches side, about 1/4 of an inch. Because you're going to use your heat and bond and cut it to the width, which will be 14 inches. But you'll need to cut your strips in half. Because it comes, the one that I have, anyway, comes this thick, this wide. And this is about 1 inch wide, which is too long. So I cut mine into strips. I just cut it in half. However long I wanted, I just cut it in half. Up like that, okay? So that it could match this. Okay? So what I need you to do first, though, is you're going to fold this over and give it a nice press on both sides of your fabric. Here's the other side, the other end. Give it a nice press on both the shorter side, the 14-inch side. Give it a nice press over and then come back. Okay, I thought I would bring you over to the iron to kind of help you. So here's my zipper. The good side up, the zipper pull is up, and this is the good side of my fabric is up. Here is my heat and bond. Trying to get it all in frame here. So I'm going to lay the heat and bond down here on top of my zipper. Do not touch the plastic part. I have a plastic zipper. So you have to be a little extra careful with plastic because your iron could melt the plastic and we don't want that to happen. So I laid my heat and bond right here on the side of the zipper. I'm going to get my fabric, lay it right on top of that heat and bond and right next to the zipper. All the way to, although the zipper ends here, I'm carrying my material all the way to the end. This is just to make the sewing part a little easier. For those who've been sewing a while, they would probably skip this step. Or you could pin it. This is really easier to me. This is taking a minute now because I'm showing you, but In actuality, it's not. You'll be able to just zoom and do it. And so you'll take your iron and you'll just iron that down. It's not a permanent hold, but what it does, it just holds it until you're ready to sew. And that's all we need. I just went right there. I didn't touch my zipper at all. And you're going to do this down, all the way down. Put your heat and bond down. Put your fabric right on top of it. Make sure you open your zipper too. See, my zipper is open. Make sure it's open. And that this is straight. Just try to get that zipper out of the way. I'm going to press next to it. Don't get on the zipper. Your fabric should not be on the zipper. Your fabric should be next to the zipper. That one got moved out of the way because I'm doing it backwards for your sake. Okay? Get it next to it. And it's just a temporary hold because this is not it. Once you get it laid down, like this is laid down, it's held. You'll go to your machine and you'll do a top stitch. Put your zipper foot on your machine and then you'll do a top stitch all the way down. You're going to do the other side the same way we did this side. You'll lay your heat and bond. You'll lay your heat and bond down. If you can see it. See how easy this is? Really, really easy. You'll lay your heat and bond down. Put the other side of your fabric on top. And then just iron close to it, but not on it. And then we'll do a top stitch on both sides, just straight down, okay? Go and try that. I hope this helps. But go and try it, and let's go back, and I'll see you what it is. Thought I'd come back real quick just to show you what it looks like when you're done ironing it. See how nice and neat it is? This is going to make your sewing process with this a lot easier. So what you're going to do now, I'm trying to get it back in frame. So my zipper is in temporarily. You can't make the bag with just the heat and bond. It won't last. Now I need you to go to your machine, put your zipper foot on if you have one, put it in. Your zipper foot will go right next to this plastic. And go ahead and sew all the way down to the end of your fabric on both sides. You'll do this side first and then do your other side right on top so you can see where you're sewing. And making sure that you're catching all of this. Okay, so let's go do that and then we'll be back. Okay, we're back. We've top stitched our zipper in. Okay, both sides. I'm going to zip it up. It should be able to go through. It's a little tight there, but okay. See, it's up there. Voila. This is the hardest part. I want to encourage you to make at least 3 of these before you say, oh, it's too hard, I don't want to do it. Make at least 3. The first one is always the hardest. So we're going to find our center, put our zipper in the center. You're going to have both fabrics here because you've got a little tube, right? Find your center. Okay. I'm going to the top. Oh, here's my zipper pull. So this is the top of my fabric, my project. You're going to get your seam binding. Now when you buy this, they open up like this, okay? So on this top where that opens up, there's going to be a little bit of a lip there. That's your top. Keep it folded. Measure out 7 inches. Once you get your 7 inches, go to your machine and sew it closed. I've done mine already, but you're going to just go down real quick, sew it closed. Once you get it closed, again, this is about 7 inches. Doesn't look like it's 7 inches. May need to be a little longer. You're going to go about 1/2 inch from your zipper and pin it. And just pin the top part. Don't pin both fabrics, just your top. About 1/2 inch or 1 inch. Pin it in there to hold it. I did mine 7 inches, but if you want a larger loop, then go 8 or 12. You can also measure. I'm on a mat, so I can see where my measurements are. But if you don't have a mat, then you use your measuring tape, and you can just measure over about 1 inch from your zipper. 1 inch will give you room enough where you're missing your zipper. Okay, so mine is 1 inch from the zipper, right at the very top of my fabric. We're going to turn it inside out. Actually, it will be better. Sorry about that. It'll be better if you go ahead and sew this down. So you're just going to do a quick seam just to sew across here and sew across here, and then come right back. Okay, we're back. I've sewn my loops in at the very top of my fabric on both sides. Okay, now we're going to pull your zipper down about halfway. Okay, don't go all the way down or you won't be able to open and close it. You'll have more difficulty. So about halfway, pull your zipper down and turn your fabric inside out. Here we go. We're back to our 2, but we have the bad side out. Everything is still in place, making sure that this loop is down, because you don't want it to get caught up when we sew up here. We're on the home stretch now. Very easy. Going to get some pins out. Now, on each of these sides, making sure this is here, because you don't want to fold it too close. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and pin that zipper where it's supposed to be. Pin it all the way through to both fabrics. Let's just do that, because I don't want you to pin it and then it won't zip up right. They should be close to each other. You see these bars here? Those bars should be matching. I'm going to pin that so that when we zip it up, everything will be right. But make sure you have this in the center. I've pinned it through both fabrics. Now on the ends, this end, I'm going to fold that in about 2 inches. Okay? I don't think you need to press it down, but if you'll feel more comfortable pressing it down, then definitely do that. Get your pin, pin it up. Okay? Go down to the other end. Make sure it's in there. About 2 inches. On this side, pin it down. Then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Bring this side in 2 inches. I mean, you can do a little bit more or less if you want. Depending on how you want it to look, but I'm doing about 2 inches. Use my pins. Close it in there. Go to the opposite side. Bring it down and pin it. All right. Now what you're going to do now, you're going to go to your machine. You're going to sew across here about 3/8 of an inch from the edge all the way down. Make sure you catch all the fabric. See how that looks uneven? The fabric will do what you tell it to do. If you feel better pinning this part, go ahead and pin it. Making sure your fabric is even. Pinning all the way through to both sides. Now remember, I have a 22-inch zipper, so that's why I have all of this left. Once I sew across here, I will cut this off. And the stitching is going to keep my zipper from coming loose. And then you just flip it on the other side. If you feel better with doing this step, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and pin across there. You don't need a lot of pins in here. Okay? So what you're going to do, sew all the way across here, 3/8 of an inch or 1/2 inch. Flip it over, do the other side same way, 3/8 of an inch all the way across, making sure this lays down. And then we'll be back. Okay, so we're all done. It should poke out like this because you did not sew here. You only sewed at the top and at the bottom. And I hope I didn't think about it till I was sewing. You see these bars? You're supposed to sew just above those bars. If you sew over this, it'll break your needle. So your seam should go above the bars, or even if you caught it this side of the bar, that's fine too. Either way, this side or that side, but just not on the bars. So this is how it should look. This is why we had to keep this down halfway so we can turn it out. Oh, and I just used my pinking shears to trim the edges because I don't have a serger, and I just like it to kind of look a little decent, get rid of some of those fraggly things. So we'll turn it out, and we're done, guys. See how easy that was? The hardest part is the zipper, and once you get to going on the zipper, that's easy too. Get this side out. So here we go. Our bag is done. Very cute. If you want to, you can press it. I wouldn't, it's just a bag. You're going to put your shoes in. But it's so pretty and it's so easy to make. So cute. Okay. Very nice. Hope you give it a try. Hey, I'm back on here real quick. I wanted to explain the sides. You don't poke these out. It stays in like that. It's just part of the design of the bag. Okay, just leave it in like that. And the reason it's like that is because sometimes you put shoes in here that may need a little extra space. And so you've left that there so that if you have wider shoes, they have space to put it in, to place it. But yeah, so don't poke that part out. The design is supposed to just lay flat like that. And the space is there if you need it. Okay? There's that one. Maybe I'll do another picture with all of them together, but a little farther out so you can see it better. Okay, enjoy.